Welcome back, everybody, and today we are reacting to an artist that I actually really admire that's kind of underrated as a solo artist, but part of a much, I guess, more recognized group. Today we are listening to the EP of Scott Hoying, one of the members of Pentatonix. He released a project of 7 songs, including one song that came out a couple of weeks ago that I absolutely adored. Mars, thinking that it was kind of a solo thing, that it was just a one-off single that was coming out and that it wouldn't come in a project such as in the EP. So had I known, I would have waited. But here we are, so at least I'll be able to give my opinion about it. Otherwise, I'm really excited. I feel like it's been a long time coming, and I was waiting for Scott to have his own project. By the way, if you have never listened to Future Friends by Superfruit, the group that Mitch and Scott were as a duo, you're missing out. You're absolutely missing out. It's one of my favorite all-time pop albums, as something that is so savory and just fun to listen to. The references, like musically, were so good, and what they did with the music videos for all the songs, blah blah blah, blah was amazing. And I'm very happy when the trend on TikTok using the song "Not a minute late, cause I don't have to wait, no. Oh, I wish I could say this, a painted perfect guy." Oh, I forgot what it's called. Yes, guy.exe. That was the name of the song. Anyway, all this to say that you're missing out if you haven't listened to this project. I highly recommend it. Otherwise, we're getting into this EP right about now.
Follow me breath by breath, right in time.
His voice is so clean when it comes to like his modal voice. It's kind of like a little bit nasally, but just enough to sound so clean. It's kind of annoying how clean it sounds, but I've always admired that from his voice. You know, that a cappella training does wonders, I guess, because the sound that comes out of his mouth, it's just like, whoa, okay, that just like stopped. I'm not doing this on purpose. It's not because it's parallel, both the song and the EP, that I keep using lines. I don't know what's happening tonight. Anyway, there was a grit in his voice that, like, kind of a sound for, it sounds like desperation, like that ultimate will of like making something happen. Obviously, I'm gonna say I like this because I like his voice, blah blah blah, we all know. But it was really interesting because we don't hear that very often from him, or at least we might hear it in the EP, but in the previous songs there was kind of this emotional depth to it that was really great. I don't know if Mitch is doing backup vocals in it, like very high pitched. It might be Scott himself, because I know that he's got a pretty good range too, but I feel like I might be hearing a little bit of Mitch in it, or definitely Mitch influence of very like high falsetto notes in the background. Oh. From a purely production standpoint, the song is fairly interesting. It has like haunting moments, and then it goes into like liberating moments. Like there's that tension, and then it releases it, and then there's that tension and it releases it. Actually, it's very fitting with the only song that I've heard so far, Mars. It sounds like kind of outer spacey, very like emptiness, vastness, darkness, but also like moment of light, moment of breath. I find it super interesting as an opener for the EP, especially because it is also the name of the EP. There are so many different, you know, ideas that you can associate with the parallel idea, but just them two being next to each other on the floor, being parallel to one another, I think it kicks off with like a smart approach to lyricism. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. This is a popular trend in music right now. I think I've seen this type of sound with Miley in her Endless Summer Vacation album, BB Rexa with the BB album, the Jonas Brothers with their latest album. It's kind of a vibey 70s retro guitar based energy, which I find really suits his voice really, really well. There's something clean about his voice that really matches well with the grittiness of the song, like kind of the messy guitarish. A guitarish. Apparently that's a thing now. It suits well, and there's that a part at the end of the chorus that really stood out to me, like production wise, that I really liked for a reason or another. It's just, it kind of breaks up the song in parts, and it's a lot more adventurous when it comes to like the sounds.
We're getting too extraordinary.
There's something so simple about that part, just like the few chords from a synth and maybe a little bit of guitar, electric guitar maybe, with his voice like that. It's just so, it's like delicate to the point where it's like ticklish a little bit, like mentally ticklish. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever, but it's like, it's simple, just like kind of like what is going on? My hands today, my hands. Anyway, there's something about that. There's something magical about that little part that I'm like, ooh, like this is exciting. Okay. This is a fun summery bop. That's really what it is. I'm curious as to like where it goes from here, because obviously Parellel, see, the simplicity of the album really makes me think like it's very melodic songs, relying on a lot of like piano and guitar writing. I wonder if the whole EP is going to be like that, or if there's going to be like elements of surprise, like really big things that I don't expect, but so far, like, it's easy listening, and I like this because there is, like I said, a certain beauty to simplicity. It kind of represents, maybe, I don't know, I'm speculating here, but it could represent like his current relationship, that he just got married, and it could be just like how easygoing it was and just like flowy, and it could be very symbolic for his relationship. But we're getting into King Kong, so I'm like, and it's a shorter one too. It's 2 minutes 55 as opposed to like 3 minutes and a half, 3 minutes 45, 46 for the other songs. My hands really need to take a break. So yeah, King Kong. Okay. Okay, I was definitely right that King Kong was onto something because of like how short it is and just the idea of King Kong. But damn, okay. I'm getting, oh my god, I'm getting a mix of like pentatonix, especially in the early years. Well, maybe like the original songs, the first album that they did. Also reminds me a little bit of Imagine Dragons type of energy. Like, it's not often that we have, I really wasn't expecting to have like a heavy like kick drum pattern and that the whole song would be built on that. But at the same time, there are so many different layers vocally that this is straight up pentatonix experience kind of transpiring into the song. That makes for a very interesting track. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot to process, but it's interesting. Actually, there is a very like action movie cinematic feel to it that I could definitely see it in an action movie. It's just that the song is broken into parts that are so very distinctive from one another that there is like a visual quality to them. I'm not gonna lie though, it is a lot to process, and it might be one of the songs that has to grow on me before I really get into it, but there's something really alive with that song. It stands out from the other two songs and Mars that I've listened to. So it's definitely not for the faint of heart, and kind of surprises you if you don't expect it. But I'm curious when I revisit that song how I'm gonna feel about it, especially after the project. I'll see about that.
Forgive me for being.
I think, isn't that, wait a minute, I think that's the song that he sang at, oops, I think that might be the song that he sang at the wedding. Let me, yes, okay, 4 is a single that came out, and that is a song that he sang at the wedding. Oh, okay, I gotta buckle up and really pay attention to the lyrics.
I need to ask you just forward. Can I have a minute, 2 or 3? It's not enough time. 4 years feels like 4 seconds went by.
Aww.
4 words for you too. Can I marry you? But I had a dream last night. There was a girl, wide-eyed. She asked if she could hold her hand. One day the 2 of us could turn into 3.
No. Why? No. Damn it. I didn't think I'd cry. Okay. I'm hot. Okay, hold on. I gotta tell you guys something. I gotta tell you guys about something, okay? I don't know. My parents, when they gave birth to me, must have disconnected a wire or like accidentally connected two things that weren't not supposed to be connected together, because I have a much easier time going through negative emotions and like kind of keeping everything inside, as in like I listen to a song about a bad experience, and unless I like truly relate to it way too much, I'm gonna keep it inside. I'm gonna watch a movie, somebody dies, I'll be fine. An animal dies, yes, a pet dies, I'll be fine. I won't cry. I'll be like, okay, that's sad, and then move on. I listen or watch the happy things and I ball out immediately. I just remember I used to watch, oh god, this is gonna be horrible. I used to watch Say Yes to the Dress, and there was an episode where a woman was diagnosed with cancer and she wanted to get married. I'm assuming before she passed away, and basically they found the dress and she said yes, and everybody was so emotional that I bawled my eyes out. Like I cried in front of the TV, like you can't even believe it. And like anytime that I hear a song or I see a movie and like it's a happy ending, I get emotional. What? Why? Oh, I keep hitting the mic. Oops. I don't know. I have no idea. And well, it just happened again. It just happened again.
I remember that night when 4 words changed the rest of my life. 4 words for you too. Can I marry you?
Oh, I get shivers. Oh my god. I got shivers.
When our hair is turning gray and we're too weak to find the strength to say those 3 words, and I'll love you till my dying day. I think it's time for those 4 words, so don't mind if I do. Can I marry you?
Ew. Okay. Oh my god. How many times will I cry in front of this camera? This is getting ridiculous. Oh my god. The concept of the song is straight up extraordinary. What he did with that idea of 4, like 4 years, 4 words, forever, I think was brilliant. And it goes to show that the deepest emotions bring out the best art in us and out of us. That song is extraordinary. It's beautiful. Clearly got to me. Clearly. Ugh. There's nothing else I want to add to that. I'm 100% sure that you felt exactly how I felt listening to the song, so there's nothing else I have to say about that. I think the reaction speaks for itself.
I refuse to believe it.
I have a feeling, I might be wrong though. Didn't they adopt a dog and that dog was put down for some reason or something like that, or passed away? And I think its name might have been Bubs. Okay, so yes, Bubs is indeed the dog. And if it's about the dog passing away, oh God. Scott Hoying also pays tribute to his dog that passed away in Bubs. Oh, fuck me. Like, that's not what I expected of the CP. I didn't want to cry. God.
There's just no fucking way. All I see are the memories we've made. We always joke that you'd easily live forever.
Oh, I just want to point out the chords really remind me of a song on the Burlesque soundtrack that Christina Aguilera sings, Bound to You. It really reminded me of Bound to You.
So you met my best friend Bubs. Mixed up your papers, we all get confused. I swear to God, if they tell me there's nothing I can do, you haven't known love. So you've met my best friend Bubs. Oh, we always joked that you easily live. True love, we all know it comes around almost never.
Oh.
You've met my best friend Bubs.
That, okay. Scott, you're mean. Scott, you're really, really mean. Oh God, what a whiplash the CP is being. Oh God. What is going on? Jesus. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go through the obvious first and then we'll get into the song. Losing an animal is really, really painful, especially a companion that is close to you. Could relate saying I had a family dog for 13 years and like had a good life at least and whatnot. And it's always, there's a moment of pain that happens when you lose somebody that close, and animals are really, really important because you get attached to them. And there are moments in your life that make them have such a significance in your lifetime, and I'm pretty sure animals feel as much as we feel, and they're there when sometimes even other people aren't. They feel loss, they feel pain, they see it in the changes that we have in our behavior. Anyway, animals are important. That's probably like the most basic thing I could say right now. This song, holy crap, Scott really was excellent at singing the pain at the end of the song, and that's really what got to me, because otherwise I would have made it through the song relatively intact, but at the end it's like that pain of anger and of loss and the frustration that you hear in his voice as he performs. It just, that's what got to me. That's truly what stood out to me and got me way too emotional for what I thought I'd be getting. Good job. Good job. What's with the whiplash?
Straight faced about to break. I'm trying to get it out. I can't seem to talk. The tip of my tongue's out and
Ooh.
I am out of breath and out of time.
It kind of reminds me of Nick Jonas earlier on when he started like his solo career. And there's also another song that I'm thinking of called, I think, Chained by Mike Tavira. He's a smaller artist, but I there's a few songs that I like from him a lot. I love that groove. I love that groove, and I love the production of it.
We all been through
have a feeling that Kirsten and Mitch might have jumped onto the track as well and done some of the vocals of like the higher notes. Maybe it's a wild guess really, because I think that actually I know that Scott would be able to reach those notes particularly, but I feel like their tones are like slightly different. So I have a feeling they might be on, but I'm not sure. Wow, what a whiplash. What a whiplash this EP is. I really didn't expect it to pick back up that energy after the two previous songs that we just listened to. But I really like the production on this one. I actually even like, I haven't focused on the lyrics at all in this one. I think it might have to do with anxiety or some sort of like nervous system response. It's from what I understood in the lyrics. Honestly, I really focused more on production, but I really like the track too. We're 6 songs in and I'm burnt out.
Their eyes start away. No text on my phone. Maybe like me, it's been broken.
Just that line of like, maybe like me, it's broken, was like, oh, okay, we're really in a new era when it comes to Scott Hoying and his music. There was something about that line that I was like, the writing of it, whoa, that writing, relatable.
Then you said, you're human, and we'll fall in love on Mars.
For anybody who's been following Scott throughout the years of Pentatonix, and Lord knows I've been there since like 2014, so almost 10 years. Wild. This song was amazing to kickstart this mini era. The vocals are amazing, the production is amazing, the writing of it came at a really great time where I think he had gotten engaged or just proposed, or I don't know, like, anyway, just made so much sense in the timeline as a whole, and the quality of the song and his vocals and the writing of it. I was sold the first time that I heard it. I was like, I'm in. Whatever's next, I'm in. And whoa, was I not ready for any of it.
Sometimes my feet, they just won't finish too.
That part, especially with the guitar that's added into the second verse, or even the second half of the second verse, really reminds me of like The Script and the other band that was also The something that I can't remember right now. There was The Script and some other band that also started with The. Anyway, it just reminds me of that era.
You say, bring me back home to Mars.
Oh, that ending. Oh, God. Okay. I mean, that song to me was amazing from the get-go. The minute I heard it was, like I said, I was sold. His voice, his performance is amazing on this track, and I love how 2000s it sounds. Honestly, good job, Scott. I'm not surprised, but I'm pleased, to say the least. That was something. Thanks, Scott, for completely wrecking me on a Tuesday evening. I have a headache. I will go rest because I'm completely emotionally and psychologically destroyed. But this was my reaction to listening to Parellel, the EP by Scott Hoying. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I went through a lot of emotions and a wild ride. That being said, this is my ranking of the songs that I preferred the most to the one that I preferred the least. And I don't know how I'm gonna rank these songs. I have some that I love for the production, some that I like for the writing, some that I like for just for the vocals. If I can make it through the ranking of this, I will be surprised. And alive, apparently. Maybe not psychologically, but physically at least. You guys know what to do. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. I'm curious to know what was your favorite track of this project, and if obviously you're looking forward, I don't think that's even a question if you're looking forward to another project viz. I think that's pretty obvious. That being said, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.